Welcome back to my channel. This is Dave Law from Get Some Colour in Your Life. This painting, I wanted to do a really quick, simple painting that is really easy to do. This doesn't matter what stage you're at with watercolours. And I'm using Fabriano artistico paper. I'm not sure of the weight because it's one that I got from a sample pack from Jackson's Art Supplies, and this pack, it was I think about 12 different brands of paper, all 100% cotton, and it just gives you a chance to try all these different brands. I think there's a Milford, Saunders Waterford, maybe some Ash, and then a couple of these Fabriano papers. I am a fan of Fabriano. I have used Fabriano artistico paper before. I think the only difference with this one is it's quite a bit thicker. So my guess it would be 300 or 400 pounds in weight, and it's cold pressed as well. So really nice paper to use. You can see the way it takes the water quite well. Starting this painting, I did wet the top sky area of the painting, but I didn't wet the whole area. So I wanted some hard edges and some soft edges, as it's called in watercolor. So where there's no water, then you get this hard edge. So it's good for clouds, and then where the water is, you get the soft effect. So like I said, I did start this one with pencil, so it's a bit more structured like my last painting, and just gives me a bit of a guidelines to where to go. And then I'm painting in these nice sort of vegetation, sort of directional lines. Now you can use telegraph poles, fences, anything like that, just to lead your eye into a focal point. So I've got a couple of buildings in this scene. Just painting the roofs of those now. And these vegetation lines, I've also got a fence, sort of fence post there as well, if you can see that. And it gives a nice, it leads your eye into the scene. And I could really imagine walking through this meadow. It could be a meadow in Italy or Spain or somewhere nice and warm. So it's nice to sort of transport yourself to these nice places. You can sort of design whatever you want, but I do typically like painting mountains and far off distance and something with trees and all sorts of things like that. So I'm really using loose brush strokes, as you can see. Started off with a big brush, and then just to get some colour down. And then as I get to details like this, I'm using, as you can see, a finer tip brush. I will also be using the Tombow markers. You can see just using a fine liner pen. And then in the foreground, I'm going to grab one of my Tombow brush pens, which are really nice to use. And of course, as in my last video, I showed that these pens are actually water soluble, so they really do go nice in watercolor. You can see just adding some water to those lines, you get this nice grey tones, which is quite nice in watercolor. So it gives a little bit of definition, gives a little bit of texture, and I just wanted that in the immediate foreground, and then sort of tapering off into the distance. So I don't want too much detail in the distance because I want that to sort of be thrown back, like the mountains in the background. I've got 2 layers of mountains, so I think I will be adding another layer, another glaze to the sort of closest mountains. So they're going to be quite a nice warm yellow ochre and raw sienna colour, like I've got in the fields in front. and then just adding some shadows to the buildings, just to give some nice cast shadows. So it really is a nice scene to paint, really simple, quite straightforward. And if you have seen my channel before, if you're regular to my channel, then you do know I like to paint scenes that are quite beginner friendly. So this is no different. If you do want to paint along, then feel free. And also, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel to grow. And also leave any comments. Let me know what you think of this one. It really is quite a nice, fun scene. And if you do want to paint along, then feel free. You can always pause the video and you can use this as a reference as well. But it's nice to paint things from your imagination. You can have buildings, trees, anything you want, people walking through a valley, or but it is nice to have these directional lines just to lead you through the scene. So that's a nice tip for you. Just have something pointing to where you could either have a tree or something like that, with the branches sort of pointing down to a focal point. But I really could imagine walking through this nice scene, especially while the it's getting really cold here. We're having some really cold weather, so it's not very nice at the moment. I think we're forecast to get some snow. So it is nice to transport yourself off to somewhere nice, somewhere sunny, and it's a nice way to escape from any problems or anything you may be facing. It's a nice escapism. So just remove the tape. Let's you can see I really have been quite loose with this one. I wanted to keep this one nice, short and sweet. So I hope you like this one. Please do give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And there we go, a nice simple landscape. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you did enjoy this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.